why I wanted. Okay, so I wanted to make why I wanted to make this video was because even though I'm all in support of coaches and everyone that wants to make money off of people not being strong that want to be strong.
Yeah.
But
you got to have some income.
Yeah. But we're going to destroy that right now by saying people get into lifting, especially like little USAPL kids.
Yeah.
That aren't jacked or strong, and then they get coaches, and a lot of the coaches don't know what they're doing anyway. It's just like their friend.
Yeah.
Not mentioning any names, I know some people that do this, but it's just like their friend who wants to be a coach, and so she starts coaching. He or she starts coaching someone, and
no one in particular.
Yeah, and so they aren't good coaches.
Yeah.
So we are coming to them with 3 famous programs,
I would say,
that not enough people know about.
No.
That they could run from the first time they step in the gym for 4 years if they wanted, and probably make gains. And I'm thinking about running at least the second 2 that we're going to go over, which is 5-3-1 and the Texas method. After this meet, I could run them, and I think I'd make gains on them.
I think you could.
So the first is starting strength.
Yeah.
And what is that?
Starting strength is what my first collegiate strength coach, the basis of all of our workouts were starting strength workouts. So it's the simplest movements. It's bench press, squat, deadlift, power clean, on occasion full clean.
Okay.
And it's taking that similar to 5-3-1 in that it's a lot of sets of 5, a lot of sets of 3, a lot of sets of 1. But it has usually a 3 to 4 week cycle with a deload week or a couple of deload lifts in the middle of a week leading up to, after a peak week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So how long did you run that for?
I ran that for...
How long did they make you run it for?
I was in that program for at least 1.5 to 2 years.
And what did your lifts do during that time?
My lifts were more form correct. My numbers were not as great as they were going into college.
Okay.
But I was a lot more technically sound.
Okay.
That is also probably because of having a coach.
Yeah.
Which does defeat the purpose of this. But I learned how to do a lot of lifts that I wouldn't have done myself. And I learned a lot of good habits to have when squatting.
Okay.
From using starting strength.
Because you squat 3 days a week?
It was usually, we would do sometimes front squat and back squat and power clean within the same day, within an hour of each other. And the programming itself came from a guy who did not really care, which isn't the best way to have it. If I was going to run starting strength as a whole, personally, I would not do that. And I would not make, if I was a strength and conditioning coach, I would not make my athletes do that. But it did get you under the bar often, and you learned how to move weight under stress and whenever you weren't feeling it. So it was a lot of mental toughness building.
Okay, that's interesting. I always say, I started out, I have a muscle and fitness from December of 2009.
Okay.
And that's, I had just started lifting. So we were 11.
Yeah.
And I did that and it was bodybuilding type stuff. And I remember doing sets of squats that was do squats, do 20, 15, 12, 10. And I was okay. And I just did. And so it was bodybuilding stuff, but it's just what I did at the time. And I wish someone had given me starting strength or these next couple that I'm going to go on to. Yes. And I wish I was just doing those instead of being in my garage just like just curling away.
Yes. Do you remember we used to do suicide curls starting at 50, going down to 15?
Yeah.
And we do, what was it, like 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking back at all the stuff that we know now, I don't think I would have started lifting as early as I did, but whenever I did, I would have done everything the best that I could, because I didn't care about a lot of that stuff earlier on.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think is that people, like what we did early on with our trainer and stuff like that, was like you see a lot of sports performance coaches now doing just like band work and just like speed stuff and just all the weird stuff that they can come up with.
Yes.
But not like putting on size to these guys.
No.
And we spent a lot of time doing like leg extensions and leg curls and just like lunges.
Yes.
And dumbbell bench, just because like you, and then at the end he'd be like, all right, you're done, go eat.
Yeah.
Because when you're 16, 17, especially in like football, really what you need is to like put on size.
Absolutely.
What was the thing? Did you see that? It was like a meme, but it was like your your 150-pound 15-year-old doesn't need a speed and agility workout.
No.
He needs an introduction to a barbell and a Chipotle gift card.
Yes. Or Whataburger.
Yeah, it was Whataburger for us, but...
Man, did you see that they got bought by that thing in Chicago?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, but I'll be real disappointed if it changes. Like, I'm disappointed because it's not local and stuff, but it'll probably stay the same because they all obviously bought it because it's such a big hit here.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is 531.
Jim Wendler.
I was about to say, Jim Wendler's 531, and it's like, and it's slow.
It's very slow.
Right, so you're supposed to take, it would be a big, we need a whiteboard for like all this stuff, but it's basically at the end of 1 week, you're gonna beat your 5 rep maxes. Correct. On everything, on your bench, squat, and your deadlift. At the end of the next week, you're gonna beat your 3 rep maxes pretty much on bench, squat, and the deadlift. And at the end of the next week, you'll go like, hopefully do your 1 rep max for like 2, basically.
I've actually done this program as well.
For multiple weeks?
For multiple weeks, I'd say 3 months.
Dang, I ran it.
Straight trap bar deadlift.
I ran it for strict overhead press.
Yeah. How'd that go for you?
And beat it. That's another thing. With 531, it went well and set PRs. You can run 531. Like if I just wanted my bent over row to get stronger and I could keep everything else the same, I could run 531 for my bent over row.
Absolutely.
Independent from the rest of my program.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's why I enjoyed it. I didn't know that I was doing 531 whenever I did it.
Oh, okay.
But I started trap bar deadlift. I think my max when I started was 450.
Yeah.
In December 2014 or 2015 and January 2016.
Yeah.
In May 2016, I pulled 565. So
yeah.
If you really love a movement and it's something that you're committed to improving on and you're willing to kind of put up with just doing it over and over and over multiple times a week,
yeah,
531's perfect.
Yeah, and this is another one where it doesn't have a ton of volume. So like it would be even better if you like have the size and you think you have the size to lift what you're trying to lift. You don't want to like eat a whole bunch and gain 10 pounds and you just want to get stronger. I think you're going to get stronger running 531.
Wendler recommends every day taking a 2-mile walk because you aren't doing as much volume, but you're lifting very intensely. And you're going to need to burn off some calories aside from the lifting. And I remember reading that in the
Does
book
he?
that he recommends at least doing that a couple times a week.
That's funny.
Yeah. Solid guy.
Yeah. So dude, I feel like we should be dipping now because of Jim Windler.
Yeah.
But not yet.
We should shake our heads.
Or
for him.
Dude, in the table talk with Jim Windler and Dave Tate,
yeah,
he like takes his hat off. I was like, dude, he's just like straight bald.
Speaking of your Muscle and Fitness from December 2009,
yes,
I remember reading his article of A Fistful of Fury whenever he was walking on at University of Arizona.
Yeah.
And I read it in fourth period aquatic science as a senior, and that article kept me motivated for at least 4 or 5 years.
Dude, that gives me chills. I read his it's just called The Walk On from T Nation.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay,
not
yeah.
Fistful of Fury. But yeah.
But yeah, he just mentions that in there. And it's like, I read that article a lot of times. It didn't keep me motivated enough, I guess, man. But yeah, I recently deleted it off of my bookmarked thing.
Okay.
And it like kind of brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
Didn't really, but it was like, it's weird.
It's the end of an era.
Yeah. But next,
Texas method.
the Texas method. I like the Texas method. I tried to have Jonathan run it, and he didn't. I had Brad run it.
Okay.
And it got him stronger. So basically, this one that I can lay out because I think I know it well enough, mostly. On Monday, you're gonna do a 5x5 back squat. You're gonna do a 5x5 bench press, and then you're gonna do a 1 set of 5 deadlifts. And then you take Tuesday off. Wednesday, you do like 2 sets of 5 with 80% of your max back squat. 80% of your 5 rep max back squat. And then 2 sets of 5, same with on bench. And then you do like back extensions for the deadlift movement.
Okay.
And then on Friday, you set a new 5 rep max back squat and a new 5 rep max bench. And then you just you deadlift 90% of your 5 rep max for 5. And then you start over the next week with 90% of your new 5 rep max for a 5x5.
Wow.
And so, assuming every week you hit a new 5 rep max back squat, or even if you don't, because you just start over the next week with the same weight until you do, I guess, you can just run that forever. So that's something I think I could do that now because I looked at the numbers and it was like, okay, so if I squatted, my max squat's like 625 now. If I squatted 525 for 5 sets of 5 on Monday, then deadlifted, 585 for 5 at the end of that workout. And then on Friday, set a new 5 rep max, which the most I've ever done is 565 for 5. So then I think 570 for 5. And then start over. I think I could at least do 2 weeks of that, 2, 3, 4 weeks of that. If I'm just doing 5 pound increments, because people say oh, it's just a 5 pound increment.
That's a lot.
Well, yeah, and you've got 20 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
5 pounds a week.
20
weeks. You've got 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
If you go, I don't know where I got that number.
You could not even do that. You could do
be,
half a pound each week, and you'd still
get
exponential gains.
Yeah.
Or linear.
So it's on West Side, they're if you put 5 pounds on your lift, 5 pounds on each lift in a month, people are oh, that's not that much. Well, that's 60 pounds in a year. And if you're at all a halfway novice lifter, you're thrilled to put 60 pounds on your lifts in a year.
Yeah. Some people are thrilled to get 10, 15.
Yeah. Especially if you get up there. I benched 430 at Raw in January of last year.
Okay.
You know how much I bench now?
How much?
Like 445.
That's still 445.
It's good, but it's not that much more.
Yeah. Well, and also it's relative. It's not that much more in your eyes, but to someone who benches 315, going from 315 to 430 would be great, and then even to 445 would be even better.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I think my bench was ahead of its time.
Okay.
And so whenever I had there are a lot of guys out there, like my first meet, I squatted 501, deadlifted 617, and benched 357. And there are a lot of guys that have a 501 squat, a whatever, 617 deadlift, maybe not a lot, but some, and aren't benching that. Like one of my friends, I was like, oh yeah, and you bench like 350? Because he said his numbers were similar to that. And he was like, oh no, like I'm trying to bench 300 my next meet. So I think my bench was like proportionally ahead from the other two. And as the other two have caught up, the bench is just stayed there.
Well, realistically, what would be your ideal bench?
So for now, it's not even disproportionately lower, but I would have liked to added like 30 pounds to my bench in the last year.
Okay.
Which I think if I hammer it for like 6 weeks, it could happen. But I don't know, in like 2 years from now, I'll be 23. I'd like to be pushing like a 2,000 pound total.
Okay.
And I think the way that I get there is an 800 pound deadlift, a 700 pound squat, and a 500 pound bench.
All right.
So, and you know how I'm gonna get there? Running the Texas method. Not really, probably, but I'll do it for a little bit.
We could have this be the documentation of you promising that you're going to run the Texas method after your meet in 6 days.
Yeah.
Gauge your performance.
You know what's shitty is that get demonetized now on Instagram or on YouTube because I cuss. But
Communists.
yeah, but is that I probably could, but I probably won't because it's boring.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I will though. But I'd have to document it. If I do it just to make it fun, I'll take a video of everything I do, and I'll do 8 weeks of the Texas method. So it's not 8 weeks of the Texas.
Still going.
Still going. 8 weeks of the Texas method. Road to whatever.
Yeah.
605 for 5.
Have you ever heard of super squats?
No.
Okay. So the guy who created Iron Mind, his name's Randall Strawson. He's a doctor, PhD, and he has this program where 3 or 4 times a week you squat 20 reps, and that's it. But every set moves up exponentially. So if you do, or not exponentially, I keep saying that. Linearly. So you're going to do 100 pounds, you're going to do 105 for the next, 110 for the next, and keep going until you can't go anymore. Then you test your 1 rep max at the end and see how much you gained.
Interesting. I feel like you put a lot of size on your legs too.
Yeah, you're supposed to gain something like 10 pounds in 6 weeks.
Yeah, I have seen that. So we both, similar thing, we're undersized collegiate defensive linemen. Offensive collegiate linemen.
Yes.
And so spent a lot of time in the dorm, how to gain this much weight in this much time, as fast as possible.
Chugging maximum human performance up your mass at least twice a day.
So my thing was I was gonna do the squats.
Yeah.
And I was gonna drink a gallon of milk a day.
See, I thought about doing GOMAD, but if you look at it from a cost-benefit analysis, purely financially, I could go buy 2 tubs of mass gainer or of some sort for what it would take to have a gallon of milk a day for a month. It's not going to be great mass gainer.
Yeah, so it's similar at least.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, how much does a gallon of milk cost? Like $3.50.
$2.50 maybe.
$2.50.
Depends on if you get the good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, you're starting to get up there, or it's starting to get comparable at least. But yeah, and also someone said he did the gallon of milk a day and like gave himself lactose intolerance.
I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe I will though. Maybe I'll run the Texan method. Now I'm thinking, until I squat 605 for like 5, which would be. So, the first week I would have to do 570 for 5. 575, 580, 585, 590. It'd be like 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's
It'd
doable.
be like a whole cycle of doing the Texan method. I'd also have to eat a lot.
You're never going to want to use stairs for that whole period of time.
Dude, yeah.
You might want to start ice bathing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite recovery method or tool?
Eating and napping.
Okay.
That's
my favorite tool.
And it sounds bad, but it's like if I'm not recovered before, and I get home from work and need to go to the gym, if I'm sore, even if I'm doing like bench and my legs are sore, I'll like decide to I'll eat a lot and then I'll take a nap. And I'll, because I'm like, if I'm tired, my body needs recovery. I'll do it tomorrow because I'm not going to work out until later. And I'm staying up making this video.
Yeah.
But I passed my test today that I had to take. And that was solid.
That was. I hope they can hear it.
Yeah. I passed that test and I literally like got home from church. I made 8 eggs and put cheese in it and cut up like 6 pieces of bacon and put in the skillet and then like whipped it all up with like 8 tortillas and then had to study for the test. Haven't studied for it at all.
Man.
And it's like this kind of big thing for work. It ended up being 150 questions on hospital stuff. And I started reading it, never was much of a studier.
No.
I started reading the thing on my couch and I like put it down and I was like, looked at the clock, I had 30 minutes. I just like closed my eyes for 30 minutes and took a nap. Do you ever get, dude, this is getting into it. Do you ever get, this is the part of the video that like we explain those things and now it's.
This is the real
video. Dude, if I like lay on my back and fall asleep, I had this, like I started kind of like I was dreaming, but I get like, it's like I'm high. Do you ever get like, it's like my whole body's tingling and I'm like floating.
I don't have that sensation.
Dude, I've had that sensation.
I normally sleep on my side.
Okay, yeah, me too. It's only when I sleep on, like I was on the couch and I was just like, and then after a little bit I was like, it was so weird. If like I would do it, maybe it's like what taking heroin is like if that's what heroin is like, I would do heroin all the time. I understand you now, drug addicts, but
please get help if you need it.
Yes.
No, I normally don't remember any of my dreams unless it's whenever I wake up on my back.
Interesting. I don't know. Maybe I should get a sleep apnea mask. I don't think I'll have to get a sleep apnea mask because my neck is so long.
Yeah.
So I think where most people get like too jacked and they're like, I'm like, no, I'd be like traps this big and I'm still like, I'm like a turtle. I'm like that turtle that has sex with the other turtle and he goes, you know what I'm talking about?
I saw a video of supposedly the biggest turtle that's ever been found in the wild. That fucker was like 8 feet wide.
Look, the size of this table.
Its head was probably that big. Like,
dude,
if I saw that, I'm pretty sure I would shit my pants.
At the Fort Worth Zoo, they had the alligator snapping turtle.
Terrifying. Which
now I question, is that like really an alligator had sex with a turtle?
No. That's not like a liger.
Dude, I thought that's what it was until probably 3 years ago. And I thought, that's probably not actually what it is.
No.
Until this moment, whenever I actually asked it to you.
Well, I'm glad you asked. If I had to guess, I'd say they use that taxonomy because it bites similar to an alligator because it
has that long tail too.
It does have the tail, and it's known for being like if you put your finger in its mouth.
Yeah.
You're not having that finger anymore.
Yeah, they used to have those at the Longwood Lake,
Yeah.
and we would catch them.
I've caught one there too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. What if we
Maybe
went
we
back
saw
then?
yeah. But yeah, and we would like catch them, and then we would catch fish, and then we'd like throw it at him, and he would like bite them.
Yeah. I caught a turtle one time. And I didn't realize that you had to kill him because he swallowed the hook.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're like, hey, Levi, go check out that tree. And you, whack! I came back, the turtle wasn't there.
Dang.
Yeah. I almost ran over a turtle today.
Really?
Yeah.
You
But I
did, 'cause
didn't.
you're nice.
Yeah. I would feel bad.
Did you pull over and ask him what the hell he's doing?
Why are you in my road, man?
Can you run over? Anyway, that's the 3 programs that you should run before hiring a coach.
One disclaimer. If you have no idea what you're doing and you also have some issues that you think could be remedied with a coach, there's nothing wrong with getting like an hour with a guy and saying like, hey, show me how to squat correctly, show me how to deadlift, show me how to bench. But you don't need a coach every single day of the week for the next 5 years to learn how to lift.
Or to pay $100 for super intricate online programming.
Yeah.
That's gonna help. That's gonna not help you more than this. Also, with these programs and with anything, it's the type of deal where like it's so simple. If you can't make gains on it, literally here's your answer: gain 10 pounds of body weight, and you will be able to continue the progression of any of these things.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Because that's
I would say it's also, you can have a stellar program, but if you have no work ethic, you will not get anything out of it. But if you have a shitty program that someone handed to you on a napkin and you think this will work and you go at it like it will, you will make more gains than you
Super
would
true.
think.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah. So through hard work and eating a lot
And sleeping.
and sleep, yeah.
People don't pay enough attention to that.
Sleeping, yeah. We'll get into recovery methods in the next video, but yeah, there are a lot of those things that people don't do that are real simple but underutilized ways to make gains. And that's it. With
Thank you for listening.
Stronger Now talk.
Stronger Now.